Hello and welcome to my new channel, Artificial Narratives. This is a short story I wrote, then used AI to enhance it. Please let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as I am a new channel and it really helps grow the channel. Shipwrecked Souls. Chapter 1, Embarking on the Voyage. The Pacific Tranquility, a grand cruise ship, prepared to set sail across the Banda Sea. Among the 800 passengers were Dr. Adrian Blackwood and his wife Vanessa from Melbourne, Australia. Adrian, a dedicated physician, had recently concluded a demanding year at the hospital and hoped this journey would rejuvenate their strained marriage. Vanessa, however, seemed more captivated by the ship's opulent offerings than by spending time with her husband. Also on board were Isabella and Michael Thompson, a couple from Charleston, South Carolina. Isabella, an artist with a gentle spirit, had endured years of subtle yet relentless emotional abuse from Michael, whose charming exterior concealed a controlling nature. She hoped that the change of scenery might soften his demeanour, but his temper had only worsened since they boarded. Chapter 2. Underlying Tensions. As the Pacific Tranquility glided through calm waters, the atmosphere between Adrian and Vanessa remained tense. Adrian suggested attending a couples workshop offered on board, but Vanessa dismissed the idea, preferring to indulge in spa treatments and shopping. Meanwhile, Isabella attempted to engage Michael in various activities, hoping to rekindle their connection, but he remained distant and irritable, often criticising her efforts. Chapter 3. Storm Warnings. The ship's crew received reports of a developing storm system ahead. Captain Jonathan Reynolds, an experienced seafarer, decided to alter the course slightly to avoid the worst of it. However, the storm's rapid intensification left little room for manoeuvring. Passengers were advised to remain indoors as the crew prepared for turbulent weather. Chapter 4. The Tempest Strikes. Without warning, the storm unleashed its full fury upon the Pacific Tranquility. Towering waves crashed against the hull, and the ship groaned under the tempest's assault. Passengers clung to whatever they could as the vessel rocked violently. In the chaos, Adrian searched frantically for Vanessa, while Isabella tried to calm a panicked Michael. The ship began to list, and it became evident that it was taking on water rapidly. Chapter 5. Desperate Measures. The crew deployed lifeboats, but the sheer number of passengers and the ferocity of the storm made evacuation nearly impossible. Adrian, separated from Vanessa, was swept overboard by a massive wave. Isabella, despite her attempts to stay with Michael, was also cast into the raging sea. Clinging to debris, both fought to stay afloat as the Pacific Tranquility disappeared beneath the waves. Chapter 6. Awakening Adrift. Adrian regained consciousness under the relentless sun, dehydrated and disoriented. Scanning the horizon, he saw nothing but endless ocean, until he spotted a figure clinging to a large wooden door some distance away. Summoning his remaining strength, he paddled toward the person. Chapter 7. A Fragile Connection. Reaching the makeshift raft, Adrian found Isabella barely conscious and severely sunburned. His medical training took over. He gently shook her awake and draped his shirt over her to shield her from the sun. "It's okay," he whispered, offering her sips of water from a small bottle he had secured. Grateful yet weak, Isabella managed a faint smile. Chapter 8. Shared Stories. As hours turned into days, Adrian and Isabella shared their stories. Adrian spoke of his passion for medicine and his troubled marriage with Vanessa. Isabella revealed her love for painting and the emotional turmoil she endured with Michael. Their mutual vulnerability fostered a fragile bond, providing solace amidst the vast, indifferent sea. Chapter 9. The Will to Survive. Determined to survive, Adrian and Isabella devised a plan. They rationed the limited supplies Adrian had salvaged and took turns keeping watch for rescue vessels. Despite their dire circumstances, moments of levity emerged as they recounted happier times, offering each other glimpses of hope. Chapter 10. Glimpse of Hope. On the third day, Adrian spotted an island on the horizon. The sight reignited their determination. Pooling their strength, they fashioned a makeshift paddle and began the arduous journey toward land, battling fatigue and the relentless sun. Chapter 11. Landfall. As they neared the island, treacherous currents threatened to dash them against the rocks. Drawing upon his swimming expertise, Adrian guided Isabella safely to shore. Exhausted but elated, they collapsed on the sandy beach, grateful to feel solid ground beneath them. Chapter 12. Island Challenges. The island, though a refuge, presented its own set of challenges. Dense jungles, unfamiliar wildlife, and the pressing need for food and fresh water loomed large. Adrian's survival skills proved invaluable as he identified edible plants and located a freshwater stream. Together they built a shelter, their teamwork strengthening their bond. Chapter 13. Healing Wounds. While exploring, Adrian sustained a deep cut on his leg from sharp coral. Isabella, using knowledge from her herbalist grandmother, treated the wound with medicinal plants they had discovered. As days turned into weeks, their physical wounds healed, and the emotional scars from their pasts began to fade. Chapter 14. Unspoken Emotions. The isolation of the island forced Adrian and Isabella to confront their growing feelings for each other. Unspoken glances and gentle touches conveyed emotions they were hesitant to voice, each grappling with guilt and the remnants of their previous relationships. Chapter 15. The Waterfall's Embrace. While exploring deeper into the island, they discovered Chapter 16. A Mysterious Illness. 2 months into their island existence, Isabella began to exhibit troubling symptoms: persistent fever, headaches, and profound fatigue. Adrian, drawing upon his medical expertise, feared she might have contracted a tropical disease, possibly from contaminated water or insect bites. Without access to advanced medical facilities, he relied on natural remedies, administering herbal infusions and ensuring she remained hydrated. Despite his efforts, Isabella's condition fluctuated, casting a shadow over their daily lives. Chapter 17. The turning point. As weeks passed, Isabella's resilience shone through. Gradually her symptoms lessened, and strength returned to her body. This period of vulnerability deepened the bond between them, as Adrian's unwavering care and Isabella's determination to recover solidified their partnership. They began to envision a future together, transcending the confines of their past lives. Chapter 18. Signs of Rescue. 13 months after the shipwreck, while foraging along the shoreline, Adrian spotted a distant vessel. With hearts pounding, they ignited a signal fire, its smoke curling into the clear sky. The ship altered its course, drawing nearer until rescue was at hand. Overwhelmed with relief, they embraced, tears mingling with the salt of the sea. Chapter 19. Return to civilization. Upon returning to Melbourne, Adrian invited Isabella to stay with him until she could make arrangements to return to the United States. However, as they approached his home, they were met with an unexpected scene: laughter, music, and the unmistakable sounds of a party. Through the windows, Adrian saw Vanessa and Michael, alive and seemingly thriving, surrounded by revelers. The shock of their survival was compounded by the blatant display of infidelity. Chapter 20. Confrontation. Entering the house, Adrian and Isabella faced their respective spouses. Vanessa's expression shifted from surprise to irritation, while Michael's smug demeanour barely concealed his discomfort. The confrontation was heated, accusations flew, and buried grievances surfaced. It became evident that Vanessa and Michael had found solace in each other's company shortly after the shipwreck, presuming their spouses lost to the sea. Chapter 21. Emotional Aftermath. The betrayal cut deep. Adrian grappled with feelings of inadequacy and anger, while Isabella confronted the resurgence of past traumas. They leaned on each other for support, their shared experiences on the island serving as a foundation for healing. Together, they sought therapy to navigate the complex emotions that threatened to overwhelm them. Chapter 22. Legal resolutions. Deciding to sever ties with their unfaithful spouses, Adrian and Isabella initiated divorce proceedings. The legal battles were taxing, with Vanessa and Michael attempting to claim assets and challenge settlements. Despite the turmoil, Adrian and Isabella remained steadfast, their commitment to each other unwavering. Chapter 23. New beginnings. With the legalities behind them, Adrian and Isabella embarked on a journey of rediscovery. Isabella resumed her art, drawing inspiration from their island adventure, while Adrian returned to medicine with a renewed sense of purpose. They travelled together, exploring new places and deepening their connection. Chapter 24. A proposal. On the anniversary of their rescue, Adrian planned a special evening. He took Isabella to a secluded beach reminiscent of their island refuge. As the sun dipped below the horizon, He knelt and presented her with a simple, elegant ring. "Isabella, surviving with you taught me the true meaning of love and partnership. Will you marry me?" Tears glistening, she whispered, "Yes." Chapter 25. A Love Renewed. Their wedding was an intimate affair, attended by close friends who had supported them through their journey. They exchanged vows under the open sky, the sound of waves a gentle reminder of their past. Together they faced the future with hearts full of hope, grateful for the love that emerged from the depths of adversity. Epilogue. Reflections years later, Adrian and Isabella often recounted their extraordinary tale to their children, emphasizing resilience, forgiveness, and the transformative power of love. Their story stood as a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the unexpected paths that lead to true happiness. Thanks for listening to Shipwrecked Souls on Artificial Narrative. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this short story I wrote with the help of AI.